Well, we're going to open it up again to questions. I think I'm going to take two at a time. It's kind of a different sort of thing, but we'll hear one question and then another question, just to move things alongish a bitish. And people came here for, yes, so let's get started.
Well, I'm curious, since you've been, Dr. Sheets?
Sheets, yeah.
Since you've been, you deal with children, in all the years that you've been doing this, what has been the most constant in all of these patients that you've seen? Because I'm just curious to know how, have we had this, we just didn't know until it finally just got so bad. And maybe what's been the I guess the one thing that you've noticed in the children, or have they done better? No, have they not? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so there's another quote.
Yeah, let's do a second question, just to, because the engagement is, I think, valuable. Yes.
So it's fun because this is for you, Dr. Sheets. And it's regarding children. I was diagnosed when I was 15 and with autoimmune disease. And I'm curious what educational programs you guys have or that is around San Diego that's educating the kids. For me, in Chicago, there was nothing. It seems like the lupus, at least within the groups that I've been in, the support is generally for adults and it's not kid friendly. Do you know of or do you guys at Rady's have any programs that educate the kids specifically, allowing them to have stuff like this, like a forum where they can communicate and talk about their illness so that they can be empowered versus they feel like they can't succeed with what they've been diagnosed?
So to kind of put all that together, you know, there's not really a common thread that we see other than perhaps age of onset. So we don't really see lupus much below the age of 6 or 7 or 8. So there's something that's protective in the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years of life, and after that we start to see lupus, and it becomes more prevalent in the kids between about 10 and 14 in terms of age of onset. Many of you might have presented when you were an adult, and so we don't know what creates that onset. Why does somebody start at 6 and somebody else starts at 60? We don't know the answer to that. In terms of other things like pattern, one of the real problems with lupus, and many of you have probably experienced this, the pattern of onset of symptoms varies tremendously. So some people will present with just bad headaches, some people with rashes, some people with kidney disease, some people with just fevers and fatigue. There's lots of different initial manifestations of the disease at the beginning. And so it's the reason that people in family practice are going to have a very hard time with that, because it can look like so many different things at the onset. And I think we have a little advantage with pediatrics is that my bias is that in kids, our onset of disease is much more rapid and doesn't take more than a few months for us to have a more clear-cut, full-blown lupus in patients. In terms of education, you know, the problem I've found over the years with education, I've tried to start support groups. It's been very difficult, and I think some of it has to do with kids and their schedules and how busy they are and all of that, and it really takes community leadership to do that. It takes something like MITS that's, you know, outside of
Who's retired?
I didn't want to say that. But somebody that has that extra time in addition to a parent. And then you get into issues of privacy, et cetera, in terms of kids and how much kids actually want to actually come and talk about things. Some of our patients don't want to talk about their disease. They don't want to read about it. You know, it's fine for their parent to study, to know all about it, but a lot of the teenagers, you know, they'll take their medicines, but they really have this kind of resistance, denial, so that they really want to sometimes not initially know about it. But I think it is you know, just for example, what you guys do here, this is a wonderful idea. If we could duplicate this amongst the teenagers, and I would have to say that in other locations or in other places, is that frequently when one of the kids does come to the adult support group, they really feel out of place, as you might guess, right? They need their own age group to be around to be able to kind of discuss issues related to the disease. We clearly have enough kids in, you know, San Diego to do that, but it is hard. Just getting over the inertia to do it.
Dr. Tomita, may I add something to
Please.
that? We used to have a youth support group that was led by Nina Hermosillo, and she had it, and they would meet at a coffee shop, and they would do, you know, activities going out. And she did that for about 8 years, and then she stopped because then she went off to college. But it was a great little support for the youth, and then the parents would drop the kids off, they'd get together, they'd have a little support group, and then they would meet every other month. So if anybody is interested in possibly maybe getting that started, please feel free to give me a call or Elizabeth so we can get that going, okay? So I just wanted to add that we did have that, and it was for about 8 years. And then she decided to go to college. Can you believe that? But there was a reward. She is now teaching locally here at one of the high schools. So just to let you know that we did have it at one point. But once again, if anybody's interested in getting it going, please give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you.